Welcome to Ellen's show. We're going to talk about woman and sculptor and the feminist struggle of her time. One of our guests today is Lola Mora. Well, Lola, tell us, how do you start to be an artist?
When I was 16, 8 years old, after my parents died, I started to take art classes. Years later, I traveled to Europe, where I learned neoclassicism and Italian romanticism, and I dedicated exclusively to sculpture.
That is awesome! And what do you represent in your sculpture?
I made a lot of sculpture for Argentina.
Which ones?
Some were the Independence Day monument to Juan Bautista Alberdi and the bust of President Roca. 4 statues for the National Congress representing the first president.
And how did you manage to be a feminist in that century?
I faced female censorship and stood out in forbidden space for women. A lot of people were against my art. Also, I was rejected for the nudity of my works because they were very advanced for the century. They removed my works and this ended my career.
And what did you do next?
I turned to new technology and became the first Argentine entrepreneur. Also, I pushed cinematography.
I heard about that. I'm a huge fan of your works. Clearly, symmetry, elegance, and precision characterize your sculpture. Thank you, Lola, for your time. Now we are going to interview Louise Bourgeois.
Thank you so much for inviting me today.
It's my pleasure. Tell us, what do you try to represent in your art?
I care about putting my work at the service of women's emotions and ideas. I work with conceptual art. Also, sexuality is one of the most important topics in my job and my childhood trauma.
Why did you have a childhood trauma?
I didn't have a good relationship with my father because he started to date someone else after my mother got sick. And when she passed away, he didn't support the fact that I wanted to be an artist. My mother was the most important person to me.
It is true that a lot of your works are dedicated to your mom. In which way?
I represent my mom with spiders as a protective and strong person.
I'm sure your mom would be very proud of you. What other controversial issues did you use in your art?
I also supported gender equality and became a member of the LGBT through my artistic creations.
Thank you so much for coming. These women were very important to feminism, and we will always remember them.